Welcome to DudeNoWay Live, where we embark on a quest to play the greatest games of all time. I'm your host, Moonchild of DudeNoWay, and today we are supporting with our whole kit in Overwatch 2. So we have a Mercy Moira gameplay today. We're going to be diving in, looking for room for improvement and places where we could have played better. You guys hear that dog? I hope you can't hear that dog. And if you would like to have your gameplay reviewed on stream, do me a favor and send the import code over to DudeNoWayLive@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to turn it into some content. There we go. All right, so you're starting off as Mercy, and you have somebody you can fly to, so that's good. Good to go. Okay, so right off the start, why is Ashe on the ground and not on the high ground? There is a perfectly good high ground position if she wants to stand right here and engage, if she wants to stand right here and engage, and you could be up here damage boosting the Ashe so that she can get the most out of her kit. She could legitimately, like, two-tap someone from all the way in their spawn door, but for whatever reason, she decided to take the low ground here. So you have an Orisa, you have a Lifeweaver, you have a Sombra, and you have this Ashe, and then there's you. Let's see what happens off the start here. So you started off with the damage beam, but then you swapped over to the healing beam, which is smart because you know that as soon as Orisa steps into that choke, she's going to be hit with the Alpha Strike from the enemy team, which means she is absolutely going to need healing immediately off the start. Smart play. Got your Lifeweaver is also healing her. You can see they have a Wrecking Ball, and you pull out the pistol just to snag a few shots in between people not needing a heal. And I think that is really smart on your part because you need to use your full kit as a Mercy. You need to be damage boosting. You need to be using her gun in places where you can find a little opportunity to sneak out a few shots. So that's good. Smart thinking. And then you immediately swap back. Good. Good. Doing your best to try and find that Wrecking Ball, but the ball is up on the high ground position, pretty much unable to be shot from down here. And you know the Ashe would have no problem shooting him even if she were up on the high ground where she should have been to begin with, right? You could see her looking, but you just got hacked by Sombra. So let's see if anybody peels for you. In this moment, you desperately need someone to peel for you, and it looks like the Ashe is going to go ahead. Yes, the Ashe has gone and engaged with the Sombra, which is going to help keep you alive. You can see the cube is about to hit you. Hopefully that doesn't. Hopefully she misses, but even if it does, she did miss. So at least there's that. You got the blaster coming out there, and you know that your Orisa is kind of back here in the choke, kind of stuck by herself right now. And this would be the moment where I would say, instead of using the Mercy gun to fight the ball, although he is low health and we can get a little bit tunnel visioned where we want to grab that kill on a low health target, now would be the time, since you know that your Lifeweaver is here with the Ashe, now would be the time to break off and make sure that Orisa has the support that she needs over here at the choke, because you know that despite the Wrecking Ball being back here, you know that there is still the entire enemy team that needs to come through, and they are going to engage with your Orisa at this moment. So, I can't necessarily say that the blaster is the right call in this moment, but it was before, right? And the ball's very low. Again, right now, you could be, I think you're gonna see her. You're gonna see that her character model is starting to change color, and you're gonna fly through, probably GA through this little building if you can, or just walk through and get your beam onto her. But knowing that the Wrecking Ball is so mobile, you're probably not going to be able to get the kill on him just yourself. And while you did have follow-up from Ashe and from Lifeweaver, I don't think that you guys could have realistically killed him unless this ball player is just not very good, right? Like, he has a health pack right here. He can easily get up to high ground positions. He can get out of places fast. There's another health pack back here. He could go around and like swing around this area and be back up to the high ground position before you could blink, basically. So it's tough to say that the ball really needs to be engaged with at this moment. He sucks. I take it back. Kill the ball. He got what he deserved. I don't know why, like, he had all the opportunity to roll through here and then come back out and then leave, right? But in that moment, he made the wrong choice. He made the wrong choice. So you got the healing beam on your Orisa. You know that the Orisa is now full health, right? So now you are safe to bust out the Mercy Cannon. Getting some decent damage in there. There's a good opportunity to sneak some damage in as Mercy. you've committed to this a little bit long now, right? So now you've been kind of standing in the choke for a little bit too long. You can see that the enemy team is kind of all right here, and I know you want to get that damage in on them, but at the same time, you being in the choke opens yourself up to a one hit from the combo of the Ana and the Ashe on your enemy team. So if they each hit you one time in the head, there's a good possibility that you will just die, right? Like, you just fall over, and there's no reaction that could be done for that. Like, you would just instantly be deleted. So it's something to consider. You know, you have about 2 seconds, right, to engage when you are playing a support character and you want to swap over and start damaging something. You want to count to 2, and after 2, you need to stop, because you're probably putting yourself into a dangerous position, and it's most important that you stay alive, because if you die, the tank dies, and when the tank dies, the whole thing is gone, right? The whole push is over, or in this case, the whole defense. So you immediately stopped. I called it a little bit early, but you figured it out. You took that damage, and you were like, oh, I better get out of here, fam. You got hit with the anti-heal there, so that's kind of unfortunate. Right now, damage boosting the Ashe is going to be your best bet. She is taking damage, though. She's burning from the other Ashe's dynamite, so there's nothing wrong with healing her up. Right now, standing in the choke, the Ashe is going to be the main person who can get the kills for your team. So the damage boost, a damage boosted Ashe. So when Ashe came out, she was able to really easily two-tap people in the head with her primary fire, right? And then they nerfed Ashe, but they only nerfed her to the point where she needs a Mercy to do it now, right? So the Ashe is still extremely, extremely powerful, even after the increased health pools. And when she gets damage boosted by you, is one of the most damaging single-hit characters in the entire game, on par with, like, a Hanzo, and almost on par with, like, a Widowmaker. So you're keeping everybody up, and I think right now you're about to pull out the blaster. Damage boosting the Ashe is going to be better in this scenario than you actually firing the shots. But you did take the opportunity there, and you got the Sombra up. You're back. You're switching back and forth a lot, like almost like a Lucio swapping between speed and heal. You know what I mean? I do this motion because that's what the thing does on your screen, right? Like, it goes at like speed boost and then healing. But essentially, that's what's going on. You're swapping back and forth really well. You got the Winston is now diving you, so you use the movement tech there to kind of get out of the way, but you don't jump too high, and that is good. Okay, so the Ashe is getting low health, and you can see that your Life Weaver is looking in her direction. So he's actively trying to actually heal her at this moment. You can see his little petals are coming out to heal the Ashe and get her back to a safe position. But that being said, the Winston being on the point means that your tank, there she is going to turn around and engage with the Winston. So at this moment, it would be best for you to find a place where you can support your tank, because again, you can see your Life Weaver is already supporting the Ashe. Best for you to find a place where you can support your tank that gets you out of the way of the people who are going to walk through the choke when the Orisa says, hey, what's over here, right? And as soon as that happens, you know that people are gonna start coming through, even though Kiriko is very much dead in this moment. This is their chance on the enemy team to break through the choke when Winston dives. So if they don't capitalize on this opportunity, there's a good chance that they could just be held here for another, undeterminable amount of time. Like, they could be here for 5 minutes, right? Or I guess in this case, they could be here for 2 minutes and 49 seconds, just trying to make it to where Winston is right now, if they don't walk through when the tank dives. So we're gonna put it back on you. I mean, dude, like, Winston should have known not to have dove while his Kiriko was dead, right? Like, that is classic low-level behavior on Winston's part. There's nothing that could have saved him. Ana can't get to him in time. No one was there to support him. He jumped into a 1v5 and he got punished for it. That's what he gets. He shouldn't have been monkeying around, you know what I mean? Right now, you're in a scary place, right? Like, you're about to come up to this opening, and this opening could very well mean death for you. But you heard the Sombra, so you pulled out the gun. But right now, right, this is what I was talking about. Just that little bit, that tiny bit of space that you peeked out, and I'm just going to try and get behind you. Look how tiny this opening is here. This can still be the one hit for you. That Kiriko is right there. I know you can't see her, but a headshot from the Ashe and a headshot from the Kiriko, instant death for you. And like with the Zenyatta Discord Orb on, Zen can hit you once, and the Ashe can hit you once as well. So you are in a very dangerous position, getting kind of fast and loose with the choke, and having the Mercy Blaster out. Although I do think it was a good call to punish that Sombra. You want to show Sombra that you are not prey, and you did that effectively, I think. And you're immediately back to the blast, or back to the healing, and now you're back to the blaster. I don't know, I think that Kiriko was just teabagging for fun. I'm not really sure what that kind of little dance she was doing was. Like I was saying, I know you're enjoying the, you're enjoying using the Mercy Blaster. Damage boosting this Ashe is going to be so much more powerful than the damage that you can put out, because Ashe could potentially just one-hit this Zen if he has, like, any amount of damage on him. With your damage boost, Ashe could just be like, tink, in the head, and that's the end of Zen. So, like, right now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, except for the fact that you could very realistically die instantly. And as you get into higher ranks, you're going to find that people have more aim and are better able to easily, like, flick to you, and you will find yourself getting punished for moves like this as you get into higher ranks. It would be better. You have complete safety over here, and you can assist with your own damage by standing right here and putting the damage beam onto Ashe. Like, you will see yourself get punished for this maneuver as you get into the higher ranks. This is only happening because they can't hit you. Good job healing your tank up. Good, good. The Orisa is also not getting too aggressive, which is good for your team. Because, like tanks have a tendency at this moment where the team starts coming forward and they start getting hungry for, like, a low health target. And you saw that the Mauga got kind of low there for a minute. A lot of times you'll see tanks, especially in the lower ranks, you'll see them kind of push their way up and out of this choke, but you see your Orisa is utilizing cover pretty effectively. She's keeping herself out of the way. She's making sure that she uses the wall as an active mitigation source, and because of that, she is going to take far less damage than a tank who is just kind of like, I want the kill real bad, and they come out here and then they just get punished for it, right? So you got the Ashe is now full. You can see that your, I did not mean to break it off of you. You can see that your Sombra was getting low and you swapped over to heal her. With your tank having a Discord Orb on her, she knows that at this moment she needs to break line of sight, because if she stands in the choke while the Discord Orb is on her, Mauga can mow her, Zen can mow her, and, like, the amount of hit points that the Orisa has is kind of inconsequential when the Discord Orb is on her, because any amount of team shotting will instantly destroy a tank's health, and it kind of doesn't really matter even what tank they are. And the Discord Orb is even this effective against, like, Roadhog, right, who has, like, 800 hit points. So Orisa is playing smart right now, like I said, standing behind cover and making sure that the Discord Orb falls off. Hopefully she doesn't peek while the Discord Orb is still on her. And there it is, right? So she did, but it fell. No, it's still there, right? Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, so she did exactly what I didn't want her to do, which is walk out into that choke while the Discord Orb is on her. She's about to take a lot of damage, I think. And look at how fast that was. Between her being almost full health and being almost dead, that is entirely indicative of the 20% extra from Discord. And right, so you had the blaster out at that moment because you saw the opportunity. That's a pants shitter of a moment right there, dude. And the Lifeweaver life gripped her out of the way, which is fine for Orisa, but puts you in a position where now you are the focus of the enemy, because all of these people are not going to look over here. They're going to look right at you, and they're going to try and take their shot. And if they, you know, like I said, in the higher ranks, if they hit those shots, they will just straight up delete you. So you were able to Guardian Angel out of the way there. You are burning from the Mauga, but that's not going to be too big of a deal. You should be fine. The Orisa is maybe going a little bit crazy right now. Like, while I do think it's a good idea to utilize your ultimates and stuff like that, this is a death sentence for Orisa. Like, you can see Mauga is about to charge out of there. The Zen is not even looking at her, and the Kiriko is also, somehow, none of these characters are even looking at her. But that being said, like, when Orisa does this, she is stationary and the easiest headshotable target in the entire game while her ultimate spins up. the thing that you can do to assist the Orisa in this moment is damage boost her so that she can hopefully get some kind of value out of this ult. And I said this in a previous gameplay that I reviewed, but Orisas love to try and get a lot of people inside of her ult, where actually the value of an Orisa ult is when you get like one person, because you don't put yourself in danger of instantly being headshot to death. Like 1 or 2 people are totally fine inside of an Orisa ultimate. She didn't get anyone, unfortunately. The Malga was able to charge out of there. Zen is totally fine, which is crazy. She just kind of, I think she might have fat fingered that button. So everybody backed off when Bob was thrown out, so there's nothing really we can do, but I do see you damage boosting Bob, which can be incredibly, incredibly hard for the enemy team to counter, because Bob is like, Bob is the best teammate in the whole game, dude. Like, Bob is, even though he stands still and he's easily killable, like, Bob is the man when it comes to damaging people. So this is a good call right here. I like this. And okay, so your team is using a lot of ultimates now. You've now committed 3 ults to this fight. There was kind of no reason for the Lifeweaver to have put that ultimate down. Even though there's a lot of people right here, we could have saved that for the point where you guys will inevitably have to fight to defend the actual, you know, checkpoint 1. And if the tree is here, not only does it create a line of sight block for the enemy team, so if like the tank or if somebody commits to the other side of the tree, they can't get healed, but it also affects the entire point, so you can stand on it and contest the pie pieces going up without having to worry about dying, because the tree pulsing will give an additional amount of hit points. This is an overcommitment. 2 ults. 2 ults and that's it, right? I hope you don't press Valk right now. There's no reason to. I don't think you will, but I'm just saying. Okay, so the tank is down. At this moment, you are asking to die, right? Like, being this out in the open, and while you did help get the tank down, and that is good, being this out in the open as a Mercy is instant death. This Cassidy plus this Zen, this is the end of your life if they want it to be, if they can hit their shot, which, you know, who knows if they can actually, but this should signal instant doom to you. And so you're going to GA over to your tank right now, and hopefully you're going to be able to get kind of inside of the hotel, and that way you can back up onto the health pack. But you do have the tree that's next to you, so you'll likely survive this, but just in general, if this is happening, this is the end of a Mercy. And you see how quickly you went down in life. Even though you had the additional hit points from the tree, you went all the way down to most of your entire hit point pool. And this is what I was talking about, where I said the tank gets hungry for the low health target. So like I said earlier, this is the thing you don't want to see. You don't want the tank to be overcommitting this hard, because even though there are people dead, the tank can't get back. She's now using her movement ability to get closer to their spawn door, which is just death for her. Like, this is the worst possible scenario for your tank to be doing right now. And put it back on you. And now you're out there. Oh, God. And then you pop Valhalla. Okay, so it's silly time here on King's Row. And for those of you who don't know, silly time is when everybody pops all of their ultimates all at the same time. So you guys had the Orisa ult go out. You had Bob come out. You had the Tree of Life go out. Now you're popping Valhalla. The next thing, the only thing we need is for Sombra to run in and EMP. And then it'll be, you know, we'll have used all of our resources to stop like 3 people who were standing near the choke. All right, so you're using Valk right now. You're utilizing your height at this moment to keep yourself elusive. You are flying around, and the Cassidy is not looking at you at all, which is good for you, but insane in my mind. Like, the Cass dying to kill the Mercy is 100% a value trade, especially since they have spawn advantage, and you would have to run all the way back. Like, he should be trading his life for you right now, but he's just not. And you're able to keep this Orisa up. No problems, and again, you are just flying out of the way here. No one is engaging with you at all, which is nuts. Alright. Alright. Okay, so, with the BAP being on top of the bus right there, he has an easy line of sight to you. But what he's seeing right now is he's seeing you being out of position, right? but he knows that the health pack is right there. So if Bap spends too much time on this bus, he's just going to get killed by your Ashe. So, like, while it's okay for him to do this, he's kind of doing what you're doing in this moment, where, like, the two supports, two of the most important people, and, like, legitimately the most important people, because you are the main support that can heal on your team. Although Lifeweaver has a lot of healing, it takes him longer for that healing to go out. And the BAP is the main support for his team, because although Zen is very good in terms of damage, he only has the one healing orb, and that can only heal a single person at a time, and it does it kind of slowly over time as well. So, like, this is like watching the queens in chess are, like, going head-to-head right now, right? Like, this is not good. This is not good. We should back around the corner. You have a health pack right here, and it's hacked by your Sombra, so it even comes up faster. So you can utilize this health pack and keep yourself safe. Again, you can damage boost this Ashe and get a ton of value out of it. So you do back around the corner, you grab the health pack, you're getting healed by your Lifeweaver, so that's good. And as your team is backing up right now, your enemy Sombra has hacked your entire team, and your Sombra is getting very close to her ultimate. So hopefully she holds it until the right moment, but your Lifeweaver is hacked, your Orisa is hacked, and your Ashe is also hacked. So right now, you're kind of in this weird position where you have a choice to make, right? Like, do you save the Sombra and the Lifeweaver? The Lifeweaver is fine right now in terms of health. Or do you Guardian Angel over here, right, and try and save Orisa? And this is kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario that they put you into. But I think, in my mind, I would save Orisa because the Lifeweaver kind of can't get to her right now. Arguably, right? Like, there's two ways this could go. If Lifeweaver is smart, he'll utilize his ranged, I don't have to be in front of them heal to get the Orisa up. But that being said, I don't think he will. I think he's going to see Sombra, because Sombra is the closest target, and you can see it's already heading her direction. He's just going to charge up and only heal her, even though he can see that the Orisa is getting low. Let's see what you do. Yeah, so you flew over and you got the Orisa, and while, again, that's the move that I would have made, the damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario is here, right? Because all of this is about to come your way. And you can see that the Sombra already knows that you are here. So if she hacks you at this moment and you can't GA out of there, the Bastion is going to murder you. And that's, you know, that's a tough call. There is kind of no right answer in this spot. Time to go. Yeah, yep. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Again, the Lifeweaver should have known that he has the ranged heal, right? And without putting himself in danger, he could have healed Orisa up as she stood at the choke. And then you could have healed up the Sombra from complete safety right here, because the Sombra was, like, right in front of you, kind of right where this res is, actually. And the Sombra was right in front of you. The Lifeweaver did not have to commit his body to healing the Orisa up. So in that moment, like, this is just because we are at the point where we're at right now. As you get into higher level games, you will see that the Lifeweaver will think about things like that, and you yourself will even be like, well, I guess Orisa's just gonna have to die, right? Like, and sometimes you got to remember that you can't save everyone. So, like, if the Orisa dies at that moment, but the rest of the team lived, you know, that's Orisa's fault for being that close to the choke. But there's no good scenario in that part right there. All right, so let's see what happens from this angle. Okay, oh boy. Your Sombra was like, alright fam, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna walk up with everyone right in front of me. I'm gonna hack the tank, baby. Let's go, I'm hacking the tank. That, like, literally did absolutely nothing. Terrible. Like, there are so many people on this team right now. Zen is an easy hack target. Like, if she hacks Zen, Zen can't put a healing orb on people, right? If she hacks Zen, he can't put a Discord orb on people. But instead, she hacked the highest health target with a full hit point bar and full armor that she has absolutely no possibility of actually killing. Like, maybe she's trying to peel for your Lifeweaver. It's not gonna work, though. Like, this Mauga is just gonna ignore her completely and continue to double barrel, because you can see he's double fisting right now. He's just gonna double barrel into this Lifeweaver until the Lifeweaver dies, and then he'll turn around and deal with Sombra, right? Like, that was a chump move on Sombra's part, and unfortunately, it looks like your team is probably gonna lose the choke here. Once you lose this fight once, you typically don't get to come back to it. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, so the Lifeweaver is down. You are down, unfortunately. The Ashe just needs to go, right? The Sombra used her translocator to get out of there. But that being said, like, the Bastion is still right here. The whole team is still right here. She's still visible for a second. And this Ashe is going to die. There's no question in my mind that this Ashe just dies right now. And there goes Sombra too. All right, that's the end of this push. I'm going to get it back onto you. We don't need to try and contest this now. Now we just wait. It doesn't even look like Orisa's going to get back there in time. Oh, she's going for it. She's going to throw her life away. Let's just for clarity's sake, let's just see how far away everyone is from this Orisa. This is terrible, awful gameplay. What did she hope to accomplish at this moment? What's she gonna tickle somebody? Like, come on, dude. You're Orisa. Like, you're not going to kill people. You already are half health. You have the Discord Orb on you. I wouldn't be surprised if she dies before you even get over to her. If she lives, it will be only because you were able to Guardian Angel over to her. But with the Discord Orb on her and everyone looking in her direction, this amount of hit points is like 1 second worth of left clicking, you know, for the enemy team. Put it back on you. Let's see what happens. She gets out of the way, but there it is, baby. There it is. She's up top. She hacks her, so she can't use her spear spin. And then here comes Bastion, turning into the tank, about to absolutely demolish your tank, and potentially you, because now you are out in the open in front of the Bastion. This is Orisa's fault. She put you in a position where you had to overcommit to the engagement too, and if both of you die, you should be blaming the tank. Yep, and thankfully, you were smart, and you stalled out, and you were like, nah, fam, and you backed up, and you started to go around this corner. That is the best thing that you could have done, because if Orisa dies, Orisa dies. It's her fault. Oh my god. Life grip. The clutchest life grip of all time. This Orisa started seeing her childhood memories flash before her eyes, bro. Like, that's how close she was to dying at that moment. She felt the DMT release in her brain. All right, cool. So you're good. Everybody's good. The life grip saved her by making her immune to damage while she committed to an absolutely unwinnable angle. Terrible, terrible play on her part. All right, so this is a scary position for you to be in, but you're jiggle peeking this corner, so at least you likely will not get one hit. They got rid of their one-hit characters, so the worst that could happen to you right now is that you get hit with a Zen Orb Volley, and then at that point, you know, you committed and there's nothing else you could do, like, you're dead. But, you know, I don't think you will get one hit here. You're trying to get that Sombra out of there. You're gonna swap over, you're gonna start healing this Ashe, but you need to damage boost this Ashe. Yeah, she needs the blue beam. No, see, in this moment, right, like, this is the same thing that I was talking about before. You can be right here, damage boosting Ashe from complete safety. Lifeweaver can jiggle peek this corner and use his ranged, I don't need to aim it, don't need to put myself in danger heal to keep this, Orisa alive, who again has really overcommitted to this angle. She can't do anything from here. She's in a shit place, and she's gonna die for it. This is her fault if she does, but again, like, you don't need to go out there and die with her. Lifeweaver has the range to actually take care of this, and again, you could just chill out right here, blue beam on the Ashe, complete safety. You don't even have to look at the enemy team. But you stall out, that's good, and then you get back behind the corner. You do get some healing on her, which is good. You can see the Lifeweaver is figuring out what he needs to do at this moment. Right? That's good. Right now, the Lifeweaver has a health pack in front of him, so you realistically don't need to come around this corner to heal him, but I think you probably will. But I think in this moment, you just let Lifeweaver, let him be, right? Because he has his own movement ability, which heals him. He has a health pack right here. There's no real reason to come in and try and save him, because he could just pick up the health pack, throw one more heal Orisa's way, and then use his movement ability to get out. Okay, so you did not go in there, so that's good. But you're back with the Mercy Blaster. I think you're using this a little bit too much. I said it before, I'll say it again. The Ashe should be the one that you're supporting right now. And you got the Sombra is over here on the side. and the Sombra was able to hack you while your Zen kills your, or their Zen kills your Sombra, which I don't even know where she died at. Can I see her over here? Was she all the way out in the wrong place? Oh, she sure was. Well, that's what you get, isn't it? How's that floor taste, dude? What the hell were you doing all the way over here? Trying to get the flank, trying to absolutely lose for your team? So now you're in a 4v5 scenario, which is not great. So you've got the Ashe is healed up. Your Orisa is overcommitting to this angle. Again, the Discord Orb is on her. She should know that she needs to play this corner really strong. She needs to barely come out from this corner, and arguably she could just wait, because she's not going to stop them from getting the payload out at this moment. She needs to wait for that Discord Orb to fall off. The Discord is keeping her from being a tank. And she is also monopolizing all of the healing of you and the Lifeweaver, because she keeps taking so much goddamn damage. Alright, so we're playing this. Playing it from here. That's tough, right? This is gonna sound crazy, right? But right now, there's nowhere for you to go except if you GA over to Ashe, but you will get hit by this damage regardless. What needs to happen, and again, this is gonna sound stupid, the Lifeweaver needs to life grip you 2 feet over to himself. Because if he times his life grip right, you will be immune to damage, and even though Lifeweaver will die, and Orisa will die, you will have enough time to actually res Orisa, and the Ashe will be able to coach gun off of this wall and blast herself backwards off into this kind of, this second street here. So the Lifeweaver needs to life grip you 2 feet to himself. I don't think he will, and I don't think he has the game sense nor the reaction time to actually do that, but that's what needs to happen for you to survive. Shut the fuck up. No way. He did it, bro. He thought about it and he did it. Let's go, dude. Oh my god, that's amazing. Good for him. Ah, what a great play. What a clutch play on his part. So your Orisa is 1 HP. Thankfully, somehow, against all odds, she was able to survive. So that's good. You don't even have to commit the res to her. But again, Ashe is really in a bad place now. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. You can only save so many people, right? Arguably, with the Lifeweaver here, you could have put the beam onto Ashe and maybe tried to get her up as she kind of rounded this corner, because you could see she was almost there. But look at how many people are looking at Ashe, right? It probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. This is a scary, scary res. And while I do think you will get away with it, at this moment, this type of thing will get you killed as people get better at hitting their shots. So, I hope you get away with it, but this, I want to discourage this type of gameplay. This is a full fight right in front of you, and even though you have line of sight broken from them, right now, like, there's a very real possibility that you get killed in the res animation. Oh, your Lifeweaver saved you. And though the Ashe got up, right, now she's standing directly in the face of all of the enemy team, right? So, like, she's going to die immediately, too. Best case scenario, she coach guns her way backwards, but she'll still probably get picked off right now. Alright, so you got Valk going. And she was able to get out, so that's really good. And a little bit crazy. With the Zen using his ultimate, you know that there's nothing you can do at this moment. You can't actually damage anybody to the point where it is effective. And even though you have Valkyrie on, there's kind of no reason to be doing that right now. You can see Sombra needs a heal back here. But, like, it just, like, damage boosting the Bob at this moment, or the Ashe if Bob was not around, is the right call right here. I take it back. Damage boosting the Orisa is the right call right here. But again, this is that kind of low-level Orisa thing that I was talking about, where they see a bunch of people, and they're like, I'm gonna pull them in, and I'm gonna get the 5-piece Orisa ultimate. And that almost never happens. Like, that happens so infrequently that it's not even worth trying for. Orisa gets more value out of 1 or 2 kills inside of her ult. This is just death for her. Although, you know, you have Valk popped, so I don't think she'll die. But that being said, this is too many people in front of an Orisa who can't move. And so she gets 1 person, so that's good. You can see that their BAP is about to go down. You can see their Zen is very low health, but the Discord orb is on your tank, so if everybody looks at your tank and puts the damage in on her, she might die at this moment. But they're, you know, that probably won't happen. Oh man, dude. So the Baptiste gets out of the way, is able to keep himself alive and gets out of the way. The Zenyatta is still up, and the Mauga is still half health. This is like an extremely scary moment to be your tank. Especially since your res is already on cooldown. And so you guys committed to it. I respect the commitment. Oh, that is death right there. That right there. They should have killed you. The Baptiste and the Sombra should have killed you for that. You almost died. You can see you have 127, or you took roughly half of your hit points pretty much instantly. So you guys got the team kill. So that's good. That raises everybody's confidence a little bit. It was a little bit messy, but we got it. Okay. Alright, so the team is coming back right now. Your Orisa is kind of not close to this corner enough. Like, she is overcommitting here a little bit, but she is strafing. She's just not strafing in a way that's providing her cover right now. See, and then she strafed out farther to get the kill, or to get the shot off on the Mauga, who is coming through. Like, this is, like, come on, dude. Come on, bro. And your Orisa has a Discord orb on her. Well, she did have it a second ago. She just got hit with a big hit from the Bastion, which I think is the right click from the Bastion. She's currently getting hacked by a Sombra, and the Mauga is coming. Okay, so your Ashe had no business being here. I don't know what she thought she was doing. Like, this payload is only so large, right? Like, pushing out all the way over here, the payload's gonna keep on moving. Using this as a piece of cover is not, like, the best ever. And then she got hit by what I assume is gonna be the Zen volley, because she went down pretty goddamn fast. I don't think you could have saved her realistically. Nor do I think you should be going over there to res. I think you are gonna probably do it, because res is off cooldown. But, hopefully you use this payload. This space right here, is the only safe place for you to do this. And only if the Mauga stays right there, because now, with the Orisa and the Mauga standing right here, the payload won't move on you. So you use exactly... That was exactly the space that I wanted you to stand in. Unfortunately, plot twist, we get pushed in here by the Mauga, and we're now in the cage fight, right? And right now, your tank is not even looking at the Mauga at all. This is going to be your death. No doubt about it for me. The Lifeweaver doesn't have enough healing to keep you up in this scenario. The Mauga, when he is close to you, he can just double fist. He can hold down both mouse buttons and kill you in like 2 seconds. This is going to be the end of you. And I don't think even your Ashe or your Orisa are going to be able to stop him from doing it. Oh my god. I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that you could life grip through the barrier. You shouldn't be able to, because this is a barrier, right? So this red barrier is supposed to protect against things going through it, right? So, like, damage going through it, like healing going through it. The cage fight is actually supposed to not let that happen. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen, but, you know, in this moment, it saved your life, so awesome. No, it's time for you to... Oh, no! Say it ain't so, dude! Like, yeah, you can't have saved them, unfortunately. They just needed to be let die. They're stuck in the death scenario, in the death cage with Mauga. Unfortunately, they got you. Aw, man, that sucks. Life Grip is the only thing that goes through, and Moira ult. That's so weird. That's so weird. I feel like Life Grip should be blocked by that, right? Like, because it is a barrier, inherently... and Ramatra punches also go through it. But, like, because it is a barrier, inherently it should be blocking all, like, beneficial and damaging things that should be going through it from the other team. I don't know, that's weird. That's weird. Okay, so you guys lose this one. This part right here, anyway. Your Sombra is alive. She's back, and she killed Zen. But she put herself in an incredibly vulnerable position to do it. She can't really... She could maybe translocate her out of here and live through this, but it's very, very sketchy. There's no reason to do that. She just wanted to pad her numbers right now. With all of you dead, it's time for her to leave. Like, this is not good. Not good for her. We're just gonna back it up to here, and we're gonna watch as they kind of push down the street while you are spawning back in. She's doing her best to get out of there. And she should be in Viz right now, right? So she's about to go in Viz, and then she'll be safe. Yeah. Nope. She didn't wait long enough. All she had to do was wait, bro. Literally, all she had to do was wait. She had like 2 seconds in here where she just needed to chill for a second. She could have waited, and then she could have translocated up into this high ground position and saved herself. Because she ran in here, and then like a squirrel, right? Like a squirrel that you happen to walk by, and the squirrel's like, oh shit, where do I go? Where do I go? That's exactly what she just did. And then she, you know, she paid the price for it. Again, she shouldn't have tried to get that kill on the Zen anyway. That was a stupid place for her to be, and a stupid moment for her to be there. There's no reason for that. It wasn't helping anyone. Zen could just walk back. Alright, so we're pushing forward here. You've got the Mercy Blaster out. There's kind of no reason for you to do anything else other than maybe anticipate that Orisa is about to take a whole bunch of damage because she's about to put herself into line of sight with the enemy. That's kind of the only thing. So you could either do what you're doing right now or preemptively have the healing beam on her. Neither one of those is the right answer. Both of those are kind of fine. It's just that if Orisa takes like a big blast, which we know won't happen because Zen is on his way back from the spawn. If she took like a big blast of damage, that would be the time when you would want to have the preemptive healing beam on her. But again, there's kind of no wrong answer at this moment. And let's just turn around and make sure that the rest of your team is coming. They are, so they're close enough. She kind of is overcommitting to this angle though, right? Like, she is taking away her ability to strafe effectively when she gets in front of this barrier. This actually blocks part of the damage she would take too. So like that allows her to peek this way just a little bit more and then go back this way, right? So her jiggle peeking is fine, except that she's just a little bit too far forward. And right now, you doing this is putting you in a death scenario, right? Here comes the Bastion right click. You are overcommitting to this angle and potentially could pay the price for it instantly. I don't think you will, but you will take damage from this. Yeah, and thankfully your Life Weaver was there. Keep you up. Okay, time to damage boost Bastion, right? You see that he's there. You see he's in tank form. This is the moment where your brain goes, I want him to get the most value out of this tank form possible. And while the healing beam is good, that you can also utilize the damage beam in the beginning few seconds of the tank form because it'll take them a second to react to that, right? Damage boosting the Bastion is going to be infinitely more valuable to you than utilizing your blaster right here. And your tank, dude. Your tank overcommitted to this angle. She should not be out here. There's no reason to have walked this far out. She can't stop the payload from getting pushed. She could stop it from here, right? But she doesn't need to be way over here. She asked to die. I hope you don't go out there and res her. She needs to be punished for that so that she knows in the future not to do those things. Oh god. Oh god, it's so sketchy, dude. Look at the Bastions right on top of you. And yeah, your Life Weaver is here, so maybe he could keep you alive through the res. But, like, it's so scary. Yeah, no, I didn't think he could save you through that. The res animation is just too long to be putting yourself into an open space like that. The enemy team, the whole team is there. Even though the Orisa is up now, it's not going to stop them from pushing it in. And now they're down you, which is arguably more important than the Orisa anyway. So I'm going to back it off of you, and while we're waiting for you to respawn, I'm going to back it up to right here. We're going to watch as the Life Weaver life grips the Orisa over to him, which is good, but now your main damage dealer is about to die as well. I keep wanting to put it back on you. Yeah, so your main damage dealer is dead now. Orisa needs to get behind this wall immediately. You can't stop them now. There's no stalling out this second point. They have it. It is what it is, man. It's time to concede ground. But nah, fuck that, dude. Fuck that. She is a big, scary horse, and she's gonna go for it. And she's gonna die for it, too. She's gonna die straight off the jump here. Oh, my God. Your Sombra was able to hack their Bastion, and that stopped her from dying immediately. That being said, I still think she probably dies here, but the Bastion going down makes it take significantly longer. Also, that has peeled the attention of the Mauga over to her. So now Mauga is going to look at her and could realistically kill her very quickly, but she's close enough to cover that as long as she doesn't get her feet caught right here, which is, if you didn't know, getting my feet caught on things is the bane of my existence. So if she's a good player, she'll know to get out of there, run over to this health pack and jet. And if she's me playing Sombra, she'll get her feet caught right here and get her shit kicked in. Yeah, so she is able to get around that corner. She's good to go. Again, because she's not me, she didn't get her feet caught. Arisa, what are you doing? Arisa uses Spear Spin, puts herself all the way back out into the open. She's now standing in front of 3 of the enemy team, 4 of the enemy team. I hope she dies. I hope she dies and gets punished for this horrendous tank behavior. It's the wrong place to be. Awful. And it's painful to look at, frankly. Good. That's what she gets. Sombra shouldn't be here either. I don't know what she was thinking. Yeah, you couldn't have stopped that. It is what it is. You are back at this moment, so you're on your way out. Lifeweaver figured it out, right? That your desire to pull out the blaster is putting you into positions that could potentially hurt you. But the Lifeweaver was able to follow up on that damage, and you get the kill on the Sombra, so that's cool. Did she hack your main health pack? No. So now your Sombra has the opportunity to hack this Mega, and in that regard, you will be taking away the enemy team's only ability to sustain outside of pure healing from their support players. So if your Sombra doesn't hack this, then she's stupid. But because their Sombra didn't hack it, she is also stupid. So I guarantee she didn't hack that shit. Nope. Because why would you hack the main health pack for the enemy team, right? Why would you do that? I get it. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. We're keeping everybody up right now. That's a cool skin for Bastion. I like his Halloween skin with the little pumpkins on his shoulders. I like that. That's neat. You have overcommitted to the blaster. This, like, a little bit is fine. This has been too long at this point. And you immediately swap back. That's good. You are putting yourself into a bad position for the sake of, like, a tickle's worth of damage on the enemy team. It's more important that you stay alive. Like, this Bastion, with the healing beam on him from you, he will get confident and take the angle, right? Or even with the damage beam on him from you, he'll get confident and take the angle. That is a better use of your time and your team's resources. And it doesn't open you up to the possibility of being one hit by the Zen volley. And you now have the Discord orb on you, so you know that Zen sees you. So that's a very scary place to be, right? Where Zen can see you. I don't know what this Bastion's doing, bro. He's been here for like 20 seconds and has not used his tank form. I just want to go on to him and just see, is his tank form on cooldown? No, it's not on cooldown, of course not. Because, you know, why would we use the tank form when he's got a perfectly good gun right here, dude? Jesus. Killing me. Killing me, dude. That was really good use of the Guardian Angel to get yourself up onto the high ground, and you even stalled out on the doorway so that you could completely keep yourself from falling into it. Right now, your Lifeweaver has a bee's dick worth of hit points left, so he's lucky to be alive, and if he takes any amount of damage from this Mauga, I think he probably goes down. But that being said, you were really smooth with your movement there. Yeah, he goes down. So you needed to go in here and res from the safety of this, right? You had the opportunity for a safe res, so you could see it right there, bang, and you just use it from here, right? And then that way Mauga can't actually hurt you. But you were able to get it up. Your tank is coming to peel for you. She needs to spear spin Mauga into this pit. And you were able to get out of the way, so that's good. You can hear Mauga's cage fight is going down, and you did not get caged in again by that. She can also spear Mauga out of the cage. I found this out yesterday. She can spear Mauga out of the cage during the animation. So if she has her spear throw available, she could just completely negate the whole cage fight entirely. Oh no! Oh no! You tried to heal the Orisa and you walked into the cage. Oh god. Okay, so both you and Lifeweaver are in the cage right now. I think this is the moment where both you and Lifeweaver likely go down. I'm sorry to say, right? But the Bastion has left. He's not there to help peel for you guys. He's not there to kill the Mauga. The Mauga is standing in an immortality field. I think this is probably the moment where you and Lifeweaver die. Oh man, but you guys went for it. You went for the full commitment and ended up killing the enemy Mauga. That was really good on your part. I don't know where Zen is, bro, but like, where is their Zen? Did he die? Okay, so he's dead. Okay, so Baptiste couldn't have saved Mauga anyway. He doesn't have enough healing to have lived through all of the offensive potential of your 4 characters in there. You made the right call by killing Mauga. That was your only way out of that scenario. You're trying to get that enemy Sombra to reveal herself. That's good. While I don't encourage you to walk into a Mauga's cage, because everyone on your team was on board with putting his dick in the dirt, you pulled it off. And I'm impressed, I will say. That was very impressive. Admittedly, also very scary. And again, if that Mauga had wanted to, if he wasn't fighting the horse, he could have just turned and killed you and Lifeweaver. Mama didn't raise no bitch. I love it, dude. I love it. I would have done the same thing, I think, if I were their Mauga, and I would have eaten shit for it the same way he did. I peel for my team. That's good. That's good. It's important to, because, like, one person getting aggressive on an enemy that is attacking one of your teammates can discourage that enemy from being aggressive to your team for the rest of the entire game. It's a mind game, right? It doesn't matter if you kill them necessarily. What matters is that they know that they can't get away with that shit, right? Alright, so your Sombra is overcommitting to this angle. She saw Zen, she was like, ooh, food! And she went to go take a bite out of Zen, right? But now, like, look at where she is. She had all the time in the world to reposition. And like, if she dies, then she dies. You are also hacked at this moment, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, no, this Zen is absolutely food for this Sombra if she can get him at the right time. And he is down, and unfortunately, it looks like you are, you'll probably get life gripped out of this. No, the life grip didn't come. Yeah, dude, you can see he's charging up the pedal right now, and he's trying to get that heal out to you, but he just wasn't quite around this corner to be able to life grip you. He missed his opportunity to advance with you at that moment. That's tough, too, because the Sombra got out, right? Like, the Sombra got to be saved, but you didn't. Actually, this might be the life grip right here. I don't think it is, though. Pretty sure that's the pedal particle effect. So I think he healed the Sombra. But man, dude, that sucks, dude. That sucks. Okay. So your tank very smartly fell back behind cover. And Overwatch is a game of angles, right? It's all, if we look at this from a top-down perspective, the whole game is just a game of angles, right? And the entire game can be boiled down to this one kind of concept, is there's like a long lane, and then there's a corner, right? And then there's another long lane, and then there's a corner, and a long lane, and a corner, all the way through the entire game, right? That's how PvP maps are designed in first-person shooters. And when you lose the corner fight, you have to concede back to the next corner while the enemy team gets to take the position of the long lane, right? So every single part of every map in the entire game is just a long part and then a corner. And then a long part, and then a corner. And you just play the corner, and you play the corner until you either win or lose. And if you win, then you take the long part, right? And if you lose, then you concede back to the other corner, and then you win, you continue on with the corner duel again, right? This is literally how the whole game works. Like, it's not rocket science, really, when you break it down. But that's what it is. It's a corner and a lane, and every single part of every single map, this is true on. And your Orisa played it smart because she realized that they are now in the long part, which means she needs to back around to the next corner, right? Which is why she's backing up right now. So they are taking the lane. Your team needs to... You can see them advancing. At this moment, you don't want to have a head-on collision with the other team, so your team should be shooting forward, backing up to utilize this corner to win the game, right? To win this point. Pretty simple. And I'm watching it from the top down until you get back, which you are spawning in right now. So we're gonna play it from here. Bang, we're just watching what they do, seeing what they do. Orisa, if she goes around this corner, she will die, right? Because they have already, she's gonna get hungry for this kill. Sometimes you have to let the low health target go. Although this Mauga is stupid as fuck for being here. He doesn't have any of his support with him. You can see the 2 support are on their way back from the spawn. He needs to be punished for his stupidity. And I think she's probably going to get the kill on him. But at this moment, if she backs around this corner, she puts herself in a position where she could potentially be punished for her stupidity. So there she goes. But she thought better of it, right? Right here was the moment she was like, shit, fam. And she backed off. That is exactly what you want to do. But not far enough, huh? Not quite far enough, is it, Orisa? And now she's about to get what she deserves. Maybe she gets life gripped. I don't think so, though, because you can see Lifeweaver is throwing thorns right now, so I don't think he can life grip her in the amount of time that it would take. Nope. There she goes. All right, let's put it back on you since you're back. So so you heard beep, 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 right? And that's how you know that the bastions are being bastions, right? Which means that the only place for you to be is behind a piece of cover. You want to make sure that you are safe and that you don't end up getting into the line of sight of the enemy bastion, because even if you are in the sky, at this range, he can still very easily kill you in like 1 second. The beep, beep, beep. You gotta listen for that sound effect when there's bastions around, and then when you hear it, you hide, and then you count to like 8, and then when 8 is over, you can peek again. And you're probably, you're going for the res. Oh my god, I didn't even consider that the res would be an option that you tried to take right now, but because this bastion isn't even looking at you, maybe you get away with it. You're low health already, but maybe you do. Nah, I didn't think so. It would, you know, it's a sketchy res to try and take. But again, when you hear those beeps, you get behind cover. And so because you are down, we're going to watch it from here. Your tank is still dead. You are dead. This is probably, like, they're going to have to back all the way out to here because this is the final corner before the victory lane, right? So, like, at this point, when you get to here, everything kind of falls apart. And the only advantage you have right now is that you have the spawn advantage. So you could potentially be back before they make it all the way. That being said, it's still a very sketchy place to be. Bang. So your Sombra decides it's time to jump out in the middle of the entire enemy team while my tank is dead and one of my support players is dead. And I'm going to go ahead and waste my ultimate doing absolutely fuck all and then get myself killed for it, therefore staggering my team so that they can't actually have a 5v5 fight for the final push of the game. So, we're gonna watch as this Sombra, smells the floor yet again. There it is, right? Cool. And she did nothing, right? If you look at the kill feed, she did absolutely nothing. Bang. And now their tank is overcommitting too at this moment. So there's that, right? Like, BAP is up here, but their tank being this low in health should not be walking forward around the payload. He has a perfectly good way to save himself right here. You are about to spawn in. Your team is in a better space now. Your tank is back. Your bastion is here. Your bastion needs to kind of fall back around this corner right here. This is your guys' corner, right? Because you can utilize this space to peek in and out and do bastion things. And when you get low health, you got the health pack is right here, right? So this is your space to engage this corner, this long lane from. This is obviously death here, right? Like, we don't want to use this corner, but for whatever reason, a lot of people like to hang out over on that side, open themselves up to potential death. Because, like, right now, like, okay, like, for example, this bastion, if he right-clicks and it lands right here, he could put the Orisa in the hole. Or he could put the bastion in the hole, right? And so that's why, like, it's not even a good idea to even stand there for them, because any amount of booping can end their entire life, regardless of how many hit points they have. So, scary place to be. There's a separate corner for a reason there. I'm trying to find the camera angle that gives us the best view of the group. Okay, so the Bastion is standing way out in the middle of the open and is about to get potentially killed, but at the very least very hurt, and he's monopolizing all of the healing of your Lifeweaver, who needs to be focused on making sure this tank doesn't die. And the tank goes for it, and you gotta respect it, because at this moment, the best thing she could possibly do is not end the round with the ult in her pocket, but 1, 2, 3, 4 people in front of her. You know, that's a death scenario for an Orisa, or it should feel like a death scenario for an Orisa. Let's see where you are. You're about to come out, so let's go to you. So you're gonna keep this Bastion up. Oh god, oh god. But the enemy Bastion is right there too. And you fall back, which is smart on your part. There's nothing, nothing can save you right now. The best case scenario, once everyone dies in that moment, you turn around and you walk back in, and you hope that someone else can get here before you do. Like, before they push it all the way to the end anyway. That way, maybe you can stall together. But if you jump on it, you're just gonna die immediately. If you go out for one of these reses, you're just gonna end up dying, like, pretty much immediately, right? Although Bastion killed Bastion, and then the other Bastion killed the other Bastion, so that is actually good. That reduces your chance of dying instantly, but with the Zen here and the Mauga here, you probably still will die trying to grab one of these reses. And you think better of it, and you pull out the blaster. That's, you know, while you will probably die in this moment, the odds of you ever having gotten anybody alive fast enough to have made another stall are pretty small anyway. There's kind of no wrong answer, unless you could have potentially stalled with a teammate. And let's just see, does anybody ever make it out? I can't imagine that they do. Oh. See, it's okay if Sombra throws her life away, because fuck her. Like, she's a DPS, she doesn't matter that much, right? Especially as Sombra. She's not even a good DPS, right? So, like, the Sombra throwing her life away at this moment is totally fine. I would have saved yours if I could have. You can see your Orisa is here. Yeah, so, okay, so this is exactly what I was saying, where you had the potential to stall with another character. You pulled out the blaster. Again, you know, whether you could have actually made it there in time with another player is really kind of up in the air. But that would have been my play if I were the one in your shoes. And she tried. You gotta respect it. She knocked Zen's sad little corpse off the map, but Mauga wasn't playing that game. He's not about to get knocked into the hole. Your Ana is, your second support, your Lifeweaver even, has swapped over to an Ana, which is a lot of healing, but that being said, needs line of sight with the tank, so she needs to make sure that she's in a place where she can realistically be healed to begin with, and also is incredibly diveable by characters like Sombra, so maybe not the best call. Also, like, Lifeweaver has his movement ability that could have gotten him back to the point, like, 1 second sooner, and at the end here, 1 second counts, but, you know, I'm splitting hairs at this point, right? Your team was able to peel for your Ana, and your Ana is still alive. You are back in time to help with this team fight, which is great. Which is actually impressive. You now have an Echo, and an Echo is, who is your other DPS? Bastion. So your Sombra swapped over to an Echo, which is a much better damage character than a Sombra in terms of the consistent output that she can do. So that's really good. I'm gonna put it back onto you. You're getting the resing Bastion. Smart, because Bastion can put out the, and you let Ana do her job, which is heal everyone while you got this res. Bastion can put out the most amount of damage for your team. That was good. That was amazing. I am genuinely impressed that you guys were able to hold it there at the very end. That's amazing. Good for you. All right, so it is round 2 here. I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit. So you got the damage beam on the Bastion straight off the jump. So your tank is going for it. And you are going for it too. Oh, dude, that is a scary, scary place for you to be. Because you see, this damage boosted Sojourn can pick you out of the sky in the blink of an eye. And that is like, while it's still the beginning of the game, I want to discourage you from making moves that put you in the middle of the choke like that, because you could potentially just get one hit. And there it is, right? So that is the moment that I was talking about where I said, you know, it's very dangerous to do things like that, because when they can hit their shots, they will just kill you in that amount of time. That's exactly how it goes. So we're going to play it from here while we wait for you to respawn. We have your Ana is in the backpack of the map. This is a fine place for Ana to be. That's totally fine. Your Bastion and your tank are in the right place. Your Echo could be getting a little bit more aggressive utilizing her vertical space, but, you know, maybe she does that now. A little bit, you know. Alright, so here comes Bastion. He's trying to do his fire through the wall. He doesn't, like... I'm not sure if Ramatra just put this up or whatever. This Ramatra barrier has so many hit points that it's almost impossible to break through, even if you're Bastion. So it's kind of not even worth shooting into. Whenever you see it, just wait for it to go away. It's got 4 seconds, and it has too many hit points to break. And we're gonna watch that happen here, right? Like, it took that whole time to break that barrier. Like, Bastion could have just waited a couple of seconds and then went tank for him. Okay. You are back, so I'm going to put it back on you. Okay, so, like, well, I do think, you know, you did want to get the heal up on that Bastion. You could have taken this space here, because, well, like, the same thing that you're doing right now, this space is also, like, out of the line of sight of most of the people who are going to be at the choke. Because most people probably are not right here, right? They're probably over on the other side. So, something to, just something to think about. But you're good. You're not getting one hit right now. The Sojourn is not in line of sight with you, so that is also good. Oh, no. Okay, you got out of it. I swear to God, it just said trapped, right? I swear that just said trapped, but whatever. Maybe he threw another trap and despawned it at the moment that you, it looks like he did. Threw another trap and despawned the original one at the moment you stepped into it. It did damage you, though. Bastion is down. This is a fine... I was gonna say this is a fine res, but with the enemy team having that line of sight on you, you know, that's tough. That's tough, man. At least you guys have respawn advantage, right? So we're doing a lot of fighting the tank on your team, not a lot of fighting the supports. The Baptiste and the Mercy could very easily be taken out. Like, not very easily, but they should be prioritized, even. And that would save your time trying to get through this choke. Orisa is not really doing anything shooting the Ramatra in this moment. Like, look, she's putting damage into him, but the Mercy is actively healing him. So, like, it's kind of like nothing. It's kind of gonna do nothing. And remember in the other side where the Winston dove through the choke, and while he didn't actually, like, make it, he died on the point, right? He at least made the effort to jump through the choke. Orisa is playing inside of the choke point. So, like, this is kind of her fault. She needs to get aggressive and push through. She can't just stand there forever. Okay, so you pull out the staff here. You're standing in the disruptor shot, which is not going to kill you, but it is going to make Sojourn's life charging her ultimate easier. She does have ult right now, though, so that's kind of a moot point, but... Okay. Again, she needs to push through. And here comes the Sojourn ultimate. Your Orisa will likely die here. The Ana could maybe throw the healing nade out to him. And if you dive out here, if you Guardian Angel to this Orisa, you will die. And the nano boost is good too. That gives a nice boost of health. And she is dealing more damage now, so there's that as well. With the healing from... Oh no. Oh, it knocked you out of the way though. That sucks. This is a damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? The Orisa pushed through, but line of sighted all of her two support characters. So, like, she pushed through the choke, but now she is in an unhealable spot in a room with a Junkrat. Like, this Junkrat will lose this duel to the Orisa unless she is very bad at aiming. But that being said, or she's still aiming at the tank, I guess. But that being said, like, you can't dive in there with her. So, like, you're kind of up, you're in this shit place where it's like, do I push through the choke with Orisa and potentially die? Or do I, you know, stand back at the choke and wait for Orisa to respawn because she made a stupid-ass decision and now she's gonna die? Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. That's okay. We'll play it from here. We'll see if the Orisa is able to get through the other side there. And your Bastion and your Ana need to commit to at this moment, right? This is the same problem that the Winston had on the other team, where the tank goes through and the team doesn't commit with them. At this moment, even though it's possible death, they need to commit to going through the choke as well. Bastion was in turret form even. He could have easily walked through and gotten aggressive with this Sojourn and forced her to use her movement ability to get back to her team over here, right? Like, because they didn't commit, now it is certain that this Orisa will die. And there she goes. And there she goes. So, now everybody has to wait for the Orisa to spawn back in. So we're playing it from here. We're waiting for things to happen. No one's really getting a kill on your side. And this could probably be fixed if someone was playing Widowmaker. And you are back, so let's put it on you. You're healing up this Bastion. This Bastion is taking a lot of damage. But at least you are getting the ultimate charge from that. With your Echo using dupe right now, it's going to be a good time for you to Valk and make sure that she stays supported throughout her ultimate, because a Ramatra ultimate going in on the enemy team right now could very, very likely swing the tides of this battle and put it into your favor. Because if Ramatra's ultimate is happening, everyone on the enemy team has to get the fuck out of there, or else, right? So, because your tank is still in Orisa, she's hard committed to the Orisa play, keeping this Echo alive is maybe the most important thing that you could do. But she's about to walk through the choke in a very scary scenario, so she's kind of doing nothing. She's already wasted her potential to even get an ultimate for Ramatra, so she's kind of, it is what it is. Maybe she could have played that a little bit more aggressively, but maybe she would have died, who knows. So you do pop Valk here, so that's good. Is Echo still in the Ramatra ult? Yes, for at least a few more seconds. But unfortunately, now their Ramatra is ulting as well. So in this moment, you just want to get out of the way and not be in his ultimate as best you can, right? And there, Ram goes down with the help of your Ana, which is great for you, but this Mercy is here rezzing, and you're going to try and stop the res with your Mercy Blaster. Nobody else sees her, so you are the one who is the win condition at this moment. This was a good call for you. It's alright, dude. You did your best. You did your best. If it had worked, you could have potentially saved your team from having to fight Ramatra a second time. It's time to pull out the staff, though. I know Valk is still going, and you're excited about the ability to get aggressive with them, but it's time to pull out the staff and stop the Orisa from dying and potentially, like, damage boost her into a kill. Yeah, it's not looking good for you. The Orisa is in a bad place. She's up the creek without a paddle right now. You and Orisa are the only ones still on the point here. There's kind of nothing, it's kind of nothing you can do right now. You're going down. And so is Orisa, yeah. And so is Orisa, because there's no one here to support her. Okay, so their Ramatra is just an idiot. So, like, even though they staggered, you know, you are dead, and they're kind of making the tank waste more time, like, waving at her is potentially opening himself up to a position where the enemy, where your team comes back, and this Orisa doesn't die. Because the thing about Orisa is, with any amount of support, she can just live forever. Yeah, and even with no support, look how long it took her to die. Granted, there was no Discord Orb, so, like, she obviously can't die as quickly as she could in the previous round, but still, that was stupid for him to just stand there and hello at her. Your Junkrat is, or your Bastion is about to be pushed on by this Junkrat, and this could be death for Bastion, who has a pretty large hitbox. But Junk doesn't know he's there, so at least there's that. No one is kind of doing anything on your team. It doesn't look like they're able to get very much ground here. Okay, so now is where you swap over to Moira. So that you can do the damage. I don't blame you. If the DPS aren't killing them, sometimes you gotta be the DPS, right? And you got the super cool Mythic Moira skin. I like it. Your tank went for it again. She needed to make sure that you guys were going to come with her. I can't hear your guys' comms, so I have no idea whether or not she communicated to you guys that she was about to push, but I'm just going to assume she didn't, because the Lifeweaver is still all the way back here, and you are all the way back here, and so, like, if she had said, I'm about to push through the choke, I need you guys to come with me, in the voice comms, you probably would have gone with her, right? So, like, you know, I think that your Orisa is throwing her life away when there is very much still time. Even though it says a minute, like, this is a long amount of time in a PvP game. There's plenty of time for you guys to take this point. You're kind of looking for anything that you could possibly get. This is a scary scenario, though, to walk through the choke. You can fade through the choke and be safe. And you fade out of the way as soon as the Junkrat sees you. That's good. And you're supporting the Bastion. That's good. Your Lifeweaver is able to get the kill on their Sojourn, which is hilariously bad. And even though you are down your Echo, you are still up because not only do you have respawn advantage, they have 2 down, you only have 1 down. So you guys are still in the green here. It's still time to go. You need to go after this Mercy now, right? Yeah, there it is. There it is. You know exactly what to do. Yep, and you threw the healing orb so that your team could be supported while you damaged the Ramatra. That was good. Smart thinking. In this moment, you don't need to be out here. You should be chilling with your team, grabbing the pie piece, and waiting for someone to come around this corner where they will take your hurt. You can throw your damage beam from your damage orb from complete safety here. You can bounce it here, off of this wall, and it will bounce here, off of this wall, and then it will continue down the street, all the way down the street, right? And you can do it, again, you do that from right here on the other side of the wall, right there, bang. And you smack it into that wall, and it will ricochet all the way down the street without having to put you in danger. You can't reach her from there, but that'd be cool. And your Bastion uses his right click and gets the kill on that Sojourn. That's awesome. Your team is good. They don't need any heals. Team is all good right now. You getting this payload out? Looks like your tank went AFK. Oh, there she is. She had to go get her DoorDash. You know, her cheeseburger was here. Yep, okay, so this is kind of fine as well. Your tank should be in the front, though. I don't know what your tank is doing back here. Again, I think she's taking a bite of that cheeseburger that just arrived from DoorDash. Your team is getting aggressed on by a flanking Junkrat, and your tank being all the way back here means that not only is she not taking the space for you against the enemy Ramatra, she's not making an opportunity for the Bastion to actually get value out of his tank form. She's not protecting the backline. Realistically, she's just kind of waiting for Junkrat to charge ultimate off of her and her giant body. So that's kind of dumb. And I hope you hear that right now and you turn around and kill him for his stupidity. He should not be all the way out here. He needs to be punished for this bonehead play. You're trying to get the heal out on everyone. I totally get it. So one thing about Moira, and I want you to test this in the practice range, Moira continues to heal for like a small amount of time after she stops utilizing her spray. So instead of holding the spray down, kind of tap it, tap it, tap it, and then that way the people will get the additional healing from the lingering effect of the spray being on them. And you can practice that in the practice range where you have the bots that you can actually heal. I don't know if you threw a damage orb or a healing orb in that moment, but either one could be argued as a good call. The damage orb could have helped Orisa to have actually secured a kill. The healing orb could have kept Orisa alive while she used her ultimate, but it's good that you threw an orb either way. Yup. You got the Kamehameha going, and you see that the Mercy backs around that corner, and you are not getting too aggressive and running away from your team at this moment, which would inevitably lead to you dying, right? So this is exactly what you want to do. You were able to force them backwards, and if the Mercy had stayed long enough to die, great. And if not, then you Kamehameha whatever target is in front of you, and then you build another ult and get her next time. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Let's go forward, like, to here. Bang. Okay, so you get the kill on the Sojourn, and then right now that you can see that your tank is here, now you can safely travel around this corner and chase this Mercy down. You don't want to go too far with it, right? But getting her dead, but in this moment, when you start dueling her, you want to keep advancing on her and forcing yourself closer to this piece of cover here, because while you're standing on the stairs, you are a completely open target to the lane behind you, right? So you want to continue to damage her and just walk around her towards the next piece of cover. So, like, you can kind of just keep that in mind when you are damaging with Moira, to make sure that you are damaging towards the next piece of cover. And you get her with the help of your skill orb, and we are good to go. Now you fade out of this bitch and disappear like a fart in the wind. Exactly. Although I would have gone the opposite direction, that is exactly what you wanted to do. Okay. Alright, that's a direct impact from that Junkrat orb. That sucks, but you're not dead yet, so at least there's that. I would have thrown the healing orb for you at that moment. Throwing the healing orb would have been able to heal you up. I definitely would not have faded over into this Moira, or into this Orisa. You can just hang on to that in case you needed to escape. But it's already off cooldown, so you're good. Didn't end up needing it. No. Your skill orb was about to come off cooldown, so you throw the damage orb down at the Junkrat, and then you hope for the best, right? Don't chase the Junkrat into close quarters ever, like literally ever. This is where Junkrat is most effective, and although I do think you will get the kill, he could very easily kill you as well. And look, you see, you were full health there. You're not dead yet, and neither is he. But instantly, you got taken down to 53 hit points. And you do die for that. So that's why we don't chase Junkrat into close quarters, right? We never, ever put ourselves in a room with a Junkrat. This is where they shine. This is like the power of his kit is most effective inside of close quarters combat. And he has a health pack right next to him. So he probably won't die at all. So that sucks, but I understand what you were doing. You wanted to get that kill. Right now, you guys can have 3 on payload as you are forcing the payload around to the next checkpoint, and they are kind of respawning, and that will make the payload spawn faster. So the Lifeweaver is playing his angles pretty well here. He put the tree up to block line of sight from this side of the Orisa, and while the tree is not going to actually hit her here, the blocked line of sight from her will make it so that the Ramatra couldn't damage her if she were to walk forward again. So that's actually pretty good. I don't necessarily know that he meant to do that, but, you know, it is good. With the tree pulsing there, she's going to get all the heals she needs. She needs to get the fuck out of here. She has overcommitted this angle so hard. Okay, so your whole team is here. You are on your way back from the spawn right now, but your whole team is here. Their Mercy is popping Valk at this moment. This is the part where Bastion needs to come in and be Bastion, potentially getting the kill on the Mercy while she is flying through the air. Whether or not he'll be able to do that, you know, is hard to say, but this is what needs to happen, right? And doesn't look like any value is going to be gotten out of that Bastion turret for him. That kind of sucks. I'm going to put it back on you because you're almost back. We're going to watch your team from here, through the walls. Smart thinking with the healing orb being thrown out there. That way you can put it on cooldown, get another one back up, and potentially heal anybody who comes down this street. That's good. And again, just kind of press and hold, press and hold, press and hold, and then and release with Moira. Don't just hold it down, because you'll drain your heal pretty quickly. All right, right now, as soon as you hear the word suffer, you fade the fuck out of there right away. And that way you can heal from complete safety. You can throw the healing orb their way, and then you won't die.
This ends now.
It was good. That was good. You got out of there. Your team is not getting any kills at this moment, but they need to be... That was stupid as hell on the part of the Orisa. They need to be conceding ground around this corner right now. That's what needs to happen. They have lost the payload for now. There's plenty of time, right? But if they die and have to walk back from the spawn, all of this time is now used up. Okay, well, the Orisa gets a double kill on the two enemy supports, and this is likely going to be the reason why you guys get to push it forward. So, good for her. Still, she should have gotten punished for pulling the entire enemy team to her in the Ramatra ultimate. Unfortunately, for them, the Ramatra is going to die now, and the value that he would have gotten out of his ult is nothing. Yep. Good for you guys, though, right? You're getting very aggressive here. You can hear the Junkrat, mines, whatever you want to call it, are exploding behind you. So you want to keep an eye out, but getting out of the way here is a good call. We can let your 2 DPS or your DPS and your Lifeweaver deal with the Junkrat who is on flank right now, and you don't have to worry about dying to him. Because once you have this forward spawn, anyone who does die, Lifeweaver, will be able to spawn up and get back up with you pretty easily, so that's good. Your Orisa needs to not get aggressive here. The payload isn't moving. There's kind of no reason for us to be forward right now. Knowing that our Lifeweaver just died, we need to be playing our life a little bit stronger because there is no one to save you or Orisa should things go wrong. So you threw the skill orb, and you're getting some damage off of that, so that's good. You can hear the Junkrat is behind you now. You saw your Orisa kind of peel off from you. This is kind of a moment to turn around and just get an idea of what's going on behind you. Okay, so your Orisa is back in front of you now, and I think as long as you play this corner, you guys will be fine. Good. Good. Awesome. Okay. They're playing well. Everybody's playing well, but no one is dying, right? So, in this moment, you really, really want someone to die. You can see that the Baptiste is kind of up top here. So maybe throwing a damage orb up to the Bap might actually be able to snag a little bit of damage onto him and maybe get the kill. That being said, someone on your team needs to get a kill before you round this final corner. You kind of wasted your ability to move effectively with the fade in that moment, and that kind of sucks, but now you have ultimate, so you can very easily pop ult and put your team in front of them, right? Like, you can fire your ult from right here and get maximum value hitting everyone in a line, so that is, you're in a good spot to save this Orisa right now, but you want to make sure that you throw your orb before you do that. But you don't. So just make sure before you pop Coalescence that you always put your orb on cooldown right before you press the button. And that's one of those things that will come with time. Your muscle memory will eventually kick in, but you want to always throw the orb right before you press Coalescence. So the thing about Moira's ult is that it heals as well as damages, right? So when you hear the Baptiste window go up, you can fade during your ultimate as well. You can fade out of the way and make sure that your team is getting healed as well as you damaging the enemy team. So as much as you can, just try and make sure that you are doing both. So you do get out of the way there, so that's good. You need to not get aggressive until your health goes back up, though. Keep an eye on your hit points at the bottom, because if you are not full, or at least very close to full, peeking around this corner while they have a Sojourn means that you could instantly be one hit. So your Lifeweaver is doing it. He's getting you up. Okay. That Sojourn is getting very close to ultimate. Again, this is another one of those moments where someone needs to die. A damage orb up to the BAP is going to be a good call here. That way, you'll be able to save the team a little bit of effort trying to get somebody who's up on this high ground position. The other thing is, your Lifeweaver needs to put the tree right here. Bang. Right in front of the Mauga, to force him to take the wide angle around the payload so that he has as much space between him and a piece of cover as humanly possible, and your team can utilize the tree to block damage from the enemy as well as heal as you guys round this corner. He's sitting on it, and he needs to use that shit. Good job on the damage orb.
This ends now.
That is tough, right? Because now you have no juice, and the Orisa needs heals badly. I think it's in this moment you just wait for the Lifeweaver to do his job, and then when the healing orb comes up, you throw the healing orb her way. Yep, good. And he put the tree exactly where I said he should put the tree. Right, there it is. At the exact place where the tree needed to go to force the Mauga into a wide angle push. And the Orisa is in a scary space right now because she is also line of sighted from you guys. That is smart on your part. You aim your beam up at the Mercy, trying to kill this Mercy. You definitely want her to die, because as soon as she dies, the rest of the team goes down, right? With the Reaper on your side there, you got to be extra careful, so it's a good idea to push around the payload and utilize that as a piece of cover, therefore forcing Reaper to overcommit to the angle to actually get to you. That would be like right here. Then he has to come through Lifeweaver. He has to step in front of Bastion to get the kill on you, to follow up on that kill on you. You're trying your damnedest to keep that Orisa alive, and she's just not standing behind cover at all. It is what it is, right? People need to start dying on the enemy team, because your final push is here. You're in the final 19 seconds. It's going to take that long for Orisa to come back from spawn. This is your last push. You want to generate as much ultimate as humanly possible, and then get ready for the last couple of seconds of the game. Okay, so the Echo needs to be supported as much as humanly possible in her ultimate again. The Lifeweaver life-gripped her off of the point with only a few seconds left. Ideally, she will be able to make some real use out of this additional hit point pool that she has. You're trying to keep her up, but unfortunately, she just wasn't able to. Sometimes that's going to happen, right? The cage is here now. The cage is out. Your Orisa is in the cage. Your Bastion is in the cage. You are standing inside of the disruptor shot, which is going to damage you before you even get there. And you are stuck. You're stuck in the character models of all these people. If I back it up, you can see how many people are all around you, and plus the pedal is on you. Like, you are stuck in a bad place right now. But it looks like the Mauga will actually die. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Can you fade at this moment? No. You can't fade while you're in the cage, so that is the end of you. The Lifeweaver was able to use his movement ability to get out of the way here, and he is absolute, so that means, like, he has no hit points left. So that means that this push is probably over. Your Orisa will shortly after die. and then that'll be the end of this this game here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, well, I think your Mercy play is really, really good. The one thing that you do is you swap between your staff and your blaster a lot, and I think that's a really good call. I think swapping between the damage and the actual healing / damage beam of Mercy is a good thing. Just don't overcommit to your angle to do it. And in doing so, you will save yourself from a few of those deaths that you don't need to take. And then the other thing is, don't forget that your damage boost is a lot of times more beneficial than you pulling out your gun. So make sure to damage boost the characters that get extreme value out of it, like the Ashe at the beginning of this game, like the Bastion when he is in tank form. You will enable your team to get some more kills that they may not have otherwise have gotten. Your Moira play is pretty good. Just make sure that you are tapping the heal and releasing as well, so that you're not just holding down the heal and you're making the most out of the small amount of time where Moira continues to heal after she has stopped actually putting the yellow beam onto people, or the yellow mist, the spray, whatever. I think you did really good this game. I'm surprised that you guys didn't make it to the spot that they were at. I think you did really well, and I appreciate you, Storm, for sending in your footage. Thank you so much. If you have any more that you'd like me to look at, I'd be happy to do so.